At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to 17-year-old Ayana and her free-spirited girlfriends, Shante and T, as they ride the Harlem subway, teasing each other and enjoying themselves on their last summer together. During the ride, Ayana walks up to a guy and confidently asks him out for her friend Shante, who has had a crush on him for a while. Shante thanks her and comments on how Ayana is good at setting everyone up but is reserved when it comes to her own love life. The girls then go to Ayana's house in the Harlem ghetto, dress up, and go to watch a basketball game in the park in which T's boyfriend Yorel plays with his friends, as the park in the evenings is a popular spot to hang out among the local teens. There, Shante goes to hang out with some guys she meets right after the game, while T gets together with Yorel. This leaves Ayana alone for a moment to notice Yorel's older cousin Isaiah. Isaiah is also taken by her the moment he sees her and comes up to her to introduce himself, but Ayana doesn't give him the time of day and leaves to return to her home. A week later, Isaiah runs into Ayana at the local laundry and boldly approaches her while she's doing a wash. He finally manages to make charming but respectful conversation and asks her out on a date, and she agrees. They get together at the agreed time and place for their first date and end up spending the whole day and evening together, getting to know one another. Isaiah shares that he's an up-and-coming music producer looking for the next big thing, while Ayana tells him that she will be heading to Bucknell, a liberal arts school in Pennsylvania, in the fall. She further details that she enjoys writing poetry in the notebook she always carries. By the end of the date, they walk to the beach and spend a rather calm and romantic time together. As they prepare to head back, Ayana makes the first move and they kiss. Ayana and Isaiah see more and more of each other in the next few days and officially start dating. Despite her guarded attitude towards romance, Ayana enjoys spending time with Isaiah and starts falling for his charm and maturity, while he falls for her beauty, intelligence, and free spirit. One day, Ayana leaves her house, where she lives with her single mother, who has multiple boyfriends, to go hang out with her girlfriends. The girls hang out at Shante's house, where Shante is babysitting her niece, and discuss the many single mothers they know from around their neighborhood, and conclude that one must be very careful and responsible to avoid such life-changing consequences from happening without proper readiness. Later, Ayana leaves her friends to go spend the night at Isaiah's apartment, and they get intimate. Ayana and Isaiah's relationship keeps getting stronger, and their chemistry grows to the point where she starts basing her profound and meaningful poetry on it, detailing how he makes her feel things she's never known before. Then Ayana takes Isaiah to a barbecue organized for one of the neighborhood's kids' birthdays and officially introduces him to her mother and her friends. Her mother, together with her friends, grilled him before they could welcome him. Over the next few weeks, the couple became inseparable. They share their deepest ambitions and motivate each other to work towards their dream. One day, Ayana and Isaiah double date with T and Yorel at Isaiah's apartment. They play cards and enjoy themselves until a young white woman enters the apartment, suddenly demanding to speak to Isaiah immediately, which sparks tension. T and Yorel leave the apartment, hoping to give privacy to Isaiah and Ayana to work it out. Isaiah takes the girl out of the apartment to the hallway to speak with her. Ayana furiously stays back, waiting hopefully for a reasonable explanation from Isaiah. Upon his return, she fires so many questions at him that it takes a while for him to calm her down and explain that the girl was his ex-girlfriend who came without invitation to try her luck to get back with him, but that he had turned her down. Ayana accepts this explanation at face value and returns to her house, but is deep down troubled by the whole encounter on top of the fact that the girl is white. So she looks for the girl online and follows her to see her activities and discovers old pictures of Isaiah with her, which doesn't sit well with her at all. The next day, she dresses up and goes to a party with her friends and dances intimately with another man. Isaiah gets to the party just in time and is furious to see this encounter and storms off. Ayana runs after him to his apartment trying to explain. She does, and he accepts her explanation, but it's very awkward between them, and it takes them a few days to recover from it. In those few days, Ayana notices that she feels unwell and queasy almost all the time. Terrified, she gets a pregnancy test from the pharmacy and takes it without telling anyone. She discovers that she is indeed pregnant. Ayana is scared, conflicted, confused, and just doesn't know how to deal with her discovery. Even though she feels lonely with her secret, she keeps everyone in the dark and tries to carry on as if nothing has changed. Ayana's relationship with Isaiah goes back to normal, at least from Isaiah's point of view. One day, Ayana joins Isaiah in a recording session, and and watches him guide an up-and-coming artist named Diamond. After the session, she joins Isaiah and the artists as they discuss the meaning of art. She watches and listens intently as everyone shares their views and is very proud of Isaiah in the way he communicates his opinions and is very impressed by his intelligence. Later, the couple goes back to Isaiah's apartment and hangs out. Isaiah gets a glimpse of Ayana's poetry as she starts. Writing it is extremely impressive with how lyrical it all is and hails her for her talent. The next day, Ayana makes it to her first obstetrician appointment alone and is told that everything is all right. Back at Ayana's house, it gets intense between Ayana and her mother, who fight almost daily about everything from how to pay for Ayana's college expenses to the questionable boyfriends Ayana's mother house. So Ayana's mother takes the time out to cook Ayana's favorite dinner and asks her to join her so that they can talk and heal their relationship. During the dinner, even though Ayana appreciates the gesture, she couldn't eat the meal properly. Her mother immediately suspects that something's up. In a way only mothers hunch suspects and confronts her daughter. Ayana, surprised at her mother's intuition, goes completely lost for words and breaks down in tears. The next day, Ayana proposes to Isaiah that she should stay home in the fall and go to school in New York so that they could stay together, and he agrees. Then Isaiah joins Ayana and her friends for lunch. Just as they start eating their meals, he gets into a heated argument with Shante over the current political issues regarding black men. Isaiah takes the stand, but it's tougher to be a black man than a black woman and upsets the group, especially Shante. Then, after exchanging a few heated words, he storms out of the restaurant. Ayana defends him to her friends and runs after him once more. She calms him down and joins him in his apartment for the night. However, when Ayana wakes up in the wee hours of the night and finds Isaiah gone, she panics and anxiously waits for him to hopefully return safely. He returns after a few hours and explains that he has gone out for a walk to think over some things. He explains further, saying he doesn't want her to give up on her future by forgoing Bucknell, and ends the relationship. Ayana is beside herself at his decision. She calls him a coward for quitting and running away when things get real. She then asks him point blank if he wants to be with her. And when he hesitates to answer, she collects her things and leaves his apartment in the middle of the night, despite Isaiah's plea to wait until morning, and rushes to her house. 17-year-old Ayana is faced with a precarious situation. She finds herself single and carrying the child of the man who just dumped her, which sends her into a spiral, feeling like she is out of options. Ayana then makes the hardest decision of her life and takes abortion pills. But little did she know, she would be in a world of pain. After a few hours, she starts bleeding profusely, coupled with severe shooting pains. She somehow manages to call T and asks her in agony to come help her. She then crawls to her bathroom and barely gets to the bathtub where the bleeding continues and from where she later has to be helped out once the bleeding stops. As T helps her back to the living room and tries to comfort her, Ayana's mother gets home and is shocked to see her daughter in such a state. She runs towards her, holds her, and cries with her daughter without passing any judgment. A few days later, Ayana goes to Isaiah's apartment and waits for him outside, hoping to talk to him. Isaiah is furious to see her there. Having already heard what happened from Yorel, he walks past her into the building, screaming at her about how she could do what she did. She follows him and explains that there was nothing she could do at the time as he had broken up with her. She adds that she decided to make it, but he's not willing to hear her out and throws her out of the building while she cries and tells him how much she loves him. Ayana finds herself in the place she feared most, heartbroken by her first love and haunted by his memories. And to make matters worse, mourning the loss of her child. To forget Isaiah, Ayana tries to go on a date, but it doesn't help and just makes matters worse by making her think of Isaiah even more. She makes numerous efforts to contact Isaiah, but he shuts her out. After avoiding all her friends for some time to figure things out for herself, she reaches out to T. T sincerely apologizes for telling Yorel about the baby and comforts Ayana. Ayana then decides that she has to be strong for the sake of her and her family's future. To go with this change of attitude, she cuts her long braids, goes all natural afro, and tweaks the way she dresses. Then Ayana tracks down Diamond to give her some lyrics for her to sing at an event. She knows Isaiah will attend. Diamond cooperates. The song is a success, and upon hearing it, Isaiah is taken aback by all the memories he shared with Ayana. Meanwhile, the summer's almost over, and Ayana prepares for her departure. Her mother throws her a farewell party, where all her and her mother's friends attend and wish her all the best. Her mother tells her how proud she is of her and sends her on her way. Ayana packs her things and goes to the train station to take her to Pennsylvania. As she sits on the bench to wait for her train, she is stunned to see Isaiah watching her from afar. He then walks up to her and takes a seat beside her And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our video. Watch the next recaps on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.